Alright. Get started on some Broken Lands extra content. I couldn't stop thinking about it this evening. So I decided I'm going to do the secret true final boss with the new party. Well, not new party. I just upgraded some stuff. Switched stuff over so that his ice won't freeze me. I got beer. So, we got the Dark Mage, like proper staff. They have 296 attacked points now. Defense doesn't matter at all. We got a bunch of potions. Everybody's got their speed up, and we've got ice enchantment on all of the armor. So we probably should switch this guy over to fire enchantment on his weapon, but it's 10 points in, and that's too much fiddling. So I'm gonna save this here. I'm gonna turn on invisibility for everyone. We're gonna go find this final boss. This is where we killed Devil Girl last night. A fun teleport battle, which we won by standing still. That's the mechanic there. So first we need to disable the barrier by putting the bow in place, and then we need to actually find the boss. There's this like giant night room, which you kind of have to fight through to get all your characters out. You can start like despawning them and stuff, but it's so satisfying to just punch them. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh, I also put some vitality points on my armor for the berserker, and now I have 227 vitality. The big potions don't even fill it up. All right, so off to the side, there's like these weird statues I saw that lead up to the top. And then the last statue in this line is this dude. You can see up there, this guy in the robe. So they're like, oh man, it's this laughing guy with a scorpion tail. It was like, I don't see anything like that. And then we find this guy here, who's got the scorpion tail under his robe. So normally he's super annoying because he freezes you with this giant explosion that he does constantly. And you can't do anything about it because you just get frozen instantly. The Ice Mage actually doesn't get frozen, so I think they have like natural ice defense. But everybody else just gets like instantly wrecked. Wait, are there two of them now? Oh no, that was our Dark Mage. But yeah, once you put the ice enchant on the armor, you're invisible. Fucking, I don't know why the Russians had problems with this. They're the true cowards. His teleport pattern's a lot less annoying than Devil Girl's, but you can't cheese it. Oh shit! I almost missed it. Fortunately, I have a lot more leeway now because of the. Yep, just gotta play the waiting game. I swear I've heard that laugh somewhere before. It's in like some other game. I think it might be EverQuest 2. The skeletons in EverQuest 2 might have that laugh. Gotta wait. Riveting stuff. Probably would have been better off going and getting like the Holy Mage for this instead of the Ice Mage. Still think the Ice Mage isn't going to do a lot of damage, but it's just a... I think this is just an endurance battle. Just got to wait it out. Although he is affected by poison, which I'm super happy about, because now both the Berserker and the Dark Mage are doing the like poison explosions, so we get a lot of those, and hopefully the poison is hurting him when he like teleports away, because that would cut the time of this battle down a ton. I don't know what the Ice Mage. What is the Ice Mage shooting at? What are you doing? You're not even shooting at the right guy. Oh man! Oh, let's get him! Get him! Oh, hit him! Hit him! Oh, poison! We got poison on him. Like, I wish he would like teleport into a spot and like not be able to leave if we could surround him or something. But I don't think that's how this works. That's what I'm told. This is the Scorpion Tail Robe Guy, true final boss. That's totally optional. What's he doing? That Russians say you need a full party of level 20 guys to deal with, and you need to I don't know. You need to do something like. It's supposedly like a super tough fight. He hasn't damaged me yet. And no status effects. So I think I'm doing okay. This guy's freaking out. Maybe I think I should probably take over the Ice Mage, right? Because the reaction time of the bots is faster than mine for getting on the attack. And the Ice Mage seems the least useful in this fight. I think we could do that. I don't know. It's fun to click on him, though. At least until my hand gets tired. I want to, like, drink this beer. Oh, yeah. Nope. That extra vitality, the extra vitality points are absolutely awesome. For if you were doing a legit run of this, I would never sell any of those like vitality point gems and just stuff them in the armor for your Berserker, because it makes invisibility last so much longer. You just have this huge buffer where it's like with a full party at like level whatever I was, it was like 2 or 3 ticks and it was gone, and now it's like I'm taking full advantage of the potions and then some, and it gives you so much more buffer room for when Macaw does his 100% legit, no duping, like no shop scumming, no invisibility run. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, Macaw. He knows he can wait me out. Smart AI. So, as the Berserker, you can cast invisibility on any character. And it adds a separate tick rate to your your vitality bar. And so you just need to have the vitality to be able to keep it up. So I'm constantly chugging these potions to like keep it from running out. And it'll run out one at a time for each of the characters you've casted on. It's absolutely broken. The invisibility spell is like the most powerful spell in the game, basically. You can only take damage from status effects, like poison, and from environmental effects. There's some dudes in the like death level that spit these pools on the ground, and those will hurt you as well. So it's not 100% effective, but it's like 99% against everything in the game. So with status effects, though, we discovered very late in the game that if you equip a piece of armor that has a status effect, or that has a element on it that's the same as the status effect, you'll be immune to the status effect. So I've equipped all the guys here with ice armor, and they're just immune to his freezing. Otherwise, he'd be doing the same thing that the knight was doing to me last night, earlier today. Also, I'm pretty sure since this guy is ice element, he's immune to freeze as well. I haven't seen the ice mage hit with it once, so. But I did some off-stream grinding on the shop scumming to get the dark mage up to snuff, get them a few more attacked points. Nope. So now it's just a battle of attrition with this guy. So you can only hurt him for a short time. And the speed at which invisibility drains your vitality is fixed. So when he does these like long teleports, long invisibility sessions, it's just that drains that much more. And I think this fight would be long even if we were able to just pound on him the whole time. I think we'd have some trouble with it. He's not immune to dark because he's taking poison damage, but still not ideal. Although, like, I think our two biggest damage dealers at this point deal dark damage, so that definitely makes a difference in damage output. He thinks it's incredibly amusing, though. So now, from what I understand, there's no difference in the ending that you get if you kill this guy or if you don't, right? It's just an optional thing you can do. I think that's what Sky of Steel was saying about what they were saying in the forums. It's like, this guy's just totally optional, and like you can get the good ending without him. I mean, this guy's annoying, but like his attacks are so inconsistent. Like with ice resistance, unless he does just like a ton of damage and I'm not seeing it because I'm invisible, like, I would imagine that like the knight fight is harder than this, you know, or the, if you don't know the mechanic, the devil fight. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many points he has when I'm here at like 5 in the morning, still bonking him. I'll be like, no, Macaw, you need to take over. What? This is different. Multiple forms. Oh, but he's staying still now. Look at this. Oh, let's turn this guy around. Let's try to turn him around. Get around him and see if we can get him to turn around this way. Yeah, ultimate last form. This is great. Look at this thing. Also, it's still ice element though, so it's just taking more damage now. I want this dude to turn around, but he's focused on that. I think it's the beast guy. He's not gonna turn. Oh, I could switch to the beast guy. I can switch to the beast guy and get him to turn. Yeah. Show us your face, buddy. Yeah, look at this guy. He's got like red hair, I guess. He's a cool boss. He decided that the other invincible mage was more of a priority. He just leaves like ice walls, I guess. This would be a real problem without ice resistance and invisibility. He's taking damage pretty regularly. There's a lot of stun hits in there. I'm pretty glad I don't have to click through all this. Like auto hotkey. If you're gonna play this game, if you're gonna speedrun this, definitely recommend getting auto hotkey. Or like use a keyboard shortcut or whatever options you have to not actually have to click this many times. Also, if you're gonna stream it, get like a click counter, because that would be hilarious. Alright. Boss. The secret final boss. Yeah, we're doing the final secret ultimate boss that was like too tough for the Russians. Like the Russian on YouTube didn't fight this guy because he couldn't beat him. At least that's what I heard. I haven't looked through the guy's videos, but it's probably gonna be like, I assume this guy is gonna get killed fairly quickly. Yeah. Yeah, this is like I can start a whole guide series for this game. Then get them translated into Russian to help out the community. Oh, we killed him. And we got nothing. Nothing. He left this stuff here. But that's it. That's it. Secret boss. Oh, does he put something in your inventory? I don't think he does. He doesn't even like give you an inventory thing. This is just nothing. I beat the ultimate secret boss, and all I got was this skull T-shirt. Yeah. So for this fight, Ultimate Rio, I actually added a bunch of vitality to the armor for the berserker to get the vitality points up, just because it makes managing the invisibility a lot easier. We're still rolling with this Holy Knight Dark Elements gauntlet. Yeah, 20 minutes of clicking, plus the half an hour of equipment setup that I did before I started the stream. that was the majority of it, was just getting all this stuff set up, because we had to convert all of the armor to ice element so we wouldn't get frozen by the guy. Otherwise we'd only have the ice wizard attacking him, and the ice wizard does shit damage because they're ice. The beast warrior we actually didn't like mess around with too much. We gave him ice on his weapon. I was 10 points deep into ice for his gauntlet because he's neutral, and we supposedly needed ice for the when we fought the king. But yeah, this we didn't really mess with that, so he's just got a little bit of speed on the gauntlet. Ice Wizard has maxed out Ice Longstaff, which is not that great, and he gets most of his speed. Or does he get speed from his staff? He gets most of his speed from his robe, which is Ice Element now as well. And then this is the big thing we got, was this Staff of Skull for the Death Mage, which is 134 attacked points and level 3 .20 dark. And then he's got an ice robe as well. And 304 attacked points. But yeah, that's it. Like, the equipment's pretty simple. It's just a matter of getting all of these and all of these and a lot of these. Getting all the stones is kind of the difficult part in setting all that up. Yeah, we can look at this statuary for a minute here. Look at this. Yeah. Look at these weird statues. And then there's like... So the Dark Mage was actually standing right next to the... He was standing on a pillar in the area with the king. Like, it was just like he blended into the background so well. I walked by him like 3 or 4 times. He wasn't standing behind anything. He was just literally like leaning against a pillar in plain sight. But he was just well camouflaged against the wall. But yeah, that was like, I like, when I saw him, I felt so dumb. Because I was like walking around. Where is he? Is he behind this thing? Is he in this corner? Nope. Right in plain sight. Oh, but yeah, like, that's it. And then I guess we could like finish the game again after killing that guy, but it's not going to do anything different. I don't think. Right? And that guy's like, his thing is straight up from here. Yeah, he's like this secret statue up here. But yeah, that's... I didn't even play the ending again. You only get that ending once. It's just straight back to the title screen. Somebody go clip the ending, because that's the only place you're gonna see it online. The good ending. One of the things I intended to mess around with, I wanted to start with it and like mess around with the archer, but I realized like you can't start with anyone but the berserker, because you get the oh, look at this. This is so slow. But like the early game, before you get speed, before you get upgrades, and like this guy can't even kill these things. Anyway, I was gonna try to work with the archer because, you know, physical attacks at range seemed like a really good thing. Dude, non-berserker runs would be so crazy. Like, you'd have to rush. You can't even, though. You can't rush the black mage or anything. You'd have to go... It's like if you did the... If you did the archer, you could do like speed and attack power on their weapon right off the bat, and then you'd be able to get enough attack power, I think, to kill stuff without getting in a lot of danger. But you'd need to spend a lot more time grinding your armor up. It's the... Oh, yeah. King... So if you can get the Dark Mage without fighting King, then you'd be fine, because you could rush the Dark Mage. You just have to do the 3 seals. If you have to kill King, I think you'd be kind of screwed. He just does so much damage. Because you'd probably need to have just a ton of healing potions on hand and manage your 4 characters that way. Priestess might help with some of that stuff, depending on whether, like, Priestess can summon creatures to act as tanks for you. But you're still gonna take, like he was wrecking the level 12 berserker, like no problem. But yeah, actually, I don't know if the stones would. I might be a coward, but I got the real ending. Take that, Russia. I wonder if the stones for magic defense would be. I wonder if the stones for magic defense and defense would end up balancing out in the right way, so that you wouldn't have to buy like 240 different stones to max out a piece of armor. But I haven't checked that. Ultimate Rio, the berserker gets invisibility at like level 5. So even with the berserker, there's kind of a rough spot in the beginning where like the berserker does this. It's like, yep, you gotta wait until you're level 6, which is a long time. So you actually don't want to get another party member until you hit level 6. You gotta do real grinding. Real actual grinding until you get your first, like, 550 bucks? 550 gold? And then you can start doing the, like, buy a sword, put a steel on it, sell it for 1,000 more than you bought it for, like, cycle, and build up your bank. And then once you get that, you can be fast, and you can hit hard, so you can just plow through a lot of these early enemies. But you really, like, it's necessary to have invisibility before you get to the Fire Mage boss. So you have to farm these early areas a little bit, but doing it solo helps. Like, you gain way more experience. Like 789 from these guys already. Or no, sorry. They're giving me 20 XP each. So I guess not that much, but actually it doesn't tell you your total XP anywhere, does it? It's a shame. But yeah, you gotta suffer through this like early part. This is probably one of the difficult parts in if you were gonna actually speedrun this. You would need to do really well in early farming to get invisibility. Yeah, so I'm running it from a VM, but I think the reason that music isn't playing is because this is a multi-session disc. And it's likely that VirtualBox isn't passing through the multi-session channels properly. I actually worked earlier today. I was working on getting a better VM setup working for that, but I was having some trouble. So I had the stuff ready to mess around with this and try that final secret ultra boss. So I figured I'd just hop on, get that out of the way, even though I couldn't do the sound properly. So yeah, there you go. She needs more MP, and then that's Invincible Party. I'm sad too, because like I figured there would probably be like music here, and I want to hear that music, but I can't get it to play. It's also probably why the sound is like messing up. No though. I have an idea. Oh, here's what happens when you don't have invisibility on. Just dead, all dead. You know what, though? You know what might work? What are you doing? You can't do any of this stuff. You don't have an internet connection. I don't care. No, fine. Bing. I want the Bing music store. We might be able to play the disc. No, that's fucking 10 data tracks? Why? Why are there 10 data tracks on this disc? Oh, that's not even CD music then. That's weird. Yeah. I don't know why CD music isn't playing then. If it's data, it should. It could be the disc is corrupted or something. There's all kinds of reasons why this isn't working. It's a 19-year-old game running in a however many year old operating system inside a virtual machine. So I want to see if that ending is a one-shot deal, or if it's like killing the secret boss is what messes it up. Gotta get through their lines. Okay, you get the ending if you if you kill the secret boss, you don't get the ending. That's amazing. I wonder if there's a third ending. Oh no. You know what this means, Macaw? Since your emulation is working much better, and your disc doesn't have problems with music, it means you're gonna have to beat this so that we find out if there's a secret ending after you beat the secret boss. Like they put all the exploits, the despawning, all that stuff is in the game on purpose, and it tracks whether you do it. Yep, it is no longer broken. So much potential. I really want the mechanics in this game to actually work, and I want it to be good. I want it to be actually good, but it's just like there's so much like micro jank that builds up into these like huge problems. But that's it. That's the extra content. The secret extra final boss. I didn't 100% this though. There's still two things I missed. Yeah, it's an interesting point. I wonder if maybe like some of the despawning stuff could be related to memory management, switching character sets and stuff like that. Yeah, where is the Devil King? Where do we find this dude? Because he's in one of these three zones, right? I love that there's a giant ice crystal filled with dead undead Mars. Is he like part of this bone thing over here? I kind of skipped this whole area because I was worried about a big skeleton. Like over here to the west? I think that's because I didn't explore much of this area. So you get the amulet by going to the big crystal that has dead undead Mars in it. And then you blow up the 7 seals. I think it's 7. You blow up 7 seals on the ice crystal surrounding it using a spell that you can only get from a scroll and that hits random squares. So you have to use, I think 40 scrolls, maybe 50 or 60 of this super rare spell to destroy the seals around the thing, and then the amulet drops. And then once the amulet drops, you can go to this structure here. You can get the Death Mage, and you can fight King, who is like another secret boss. Whoops. Okay, yeah, so if we're gonna go to Secret Lands for the to get the Devil King. Let's see here. We get to go, yeah, like straight west. Kinda? Oh, right, here it is. So I think this is the area we're talking about with a big skeleton. But I never found the Holy Mage, so this is all new to me. Alright. I guess, like, let's look up in this direction. Along this western segment here. But yeah, there's tons of stuff that I missed for sure. Like I had to go back to find the Black Knight because I just skipped him. I forgot that he had the weapon. I thought the Ice Mage gave it to you at first. Which, it's the ice bow. I would have assumed that maybe the ice guy gives it to you, but nope. also possible that he's in the, like, he's in the first area? Man, these enemies, they're so neat. They must be, like, very Warhammer influenced. Okay, south. South more. Chaos spawn, basically. Get the one big hand that's kind of like a lobster claw. Oh shit, I probably should have put dark resistance on people before I came here. They're getting poisoned and stuff. Whoops, not that. I only have 2 heal potions. These guys kind of screwed. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, this should be like... If there's a skeleton corpse anywhere, it should be around here. Like, maybe you gotta go around? No, this is the area I've been. Not down here. Could it be like in the middle area, maybe? Over here? That's the first dark area. Let's load our save that's over there and find out. When you cast your buffs, your party members can get in the way of the buffs that you cast, and like you cast it on the wrong person. It looks like it's firing a secret projectile. This is mostly mushrooms. Mushrooms and grave diggers. There's like plenty of room over here for this guy to spawn. Oh, fuck. Messed up. I messed up. Someone in my party's gonna die. But that's okay. We're just looking around. Can always load the game once we know where this guy is. Yeah, these are all these mushroom dudes. Bats. This is a big area. It's Blood Shores. I think when it's just the berserker that's invisible now, the regeneration rate of the vitality is higher than the loss. When it's just a single person. Any of this looking familiar to you, Macaw? These guys are holding their own. They're not even invisible. That's the key metric is, are they invisible? Are they dead? I think there was, if I'm... It's alright. Oh, look at this! Look at this! We found it! Here's the dude. He's dead, though. Right? He's not a thing. He's just a set piece? Like, can we even... He's not interactive, right? Am I... Oh, he gets up somehow. Did you... Oh, does he get up from like... talking to the Holy Mage? Oh! He got up! He got up! Oh, this guy's a chump. He got frozen, like, instantly. Is he wearing, like, fake little wings on his back? His initial state was kind of like how I felt after playing 8 hours of Broken Lands straight. Just like, blah. Oh, he got out. Did he get mad because I opened his chest? It's like, dude, you don't even teleport. This isn't a challenge. Yeah, I could merge Frost Mage into Berserker, I guess. It's fucking dead. Look at that, dead. Let's find that Holy Mage first, though, before we get rid of anybody. Oh, he gave a hybrid scroll. One hybrid scroll. Oh shit. Oh shit. Who got visible? You need to be invisible. You need to be invisible. I need to be invisible. Alright, so where's the... I'll never get tired of these dancing crates. It's so good. I bet if you timed it right, you could make him do the wave. So good. So where's the Holy Mage? Like some around here somewhere? I mean, I'm totally stealing this guy's treasure. Oops. Okay, that's the entrance. So I just straight up fucking missed it. Like, I walked right by this area. Yeah, it's like... I feel like during the development of this game, they started at the same time and then like just put all their stuff together at the end, and they're like, okay, we're done with the art assets. And they're like, we're done with the code, and they're like, this is kind of broken, and they're like, well, nothing we can do now. We don't have any time left. I keep letting invisibility run out, and I have to use mana. So where's the Holy Mage? Around here somewhere, presumably. So my theory on the crates is that some of the enemies in this area, or in the nearby areas, come back to life when they're killed. Like they get knocked down and they get up again. And I think that same piece of code runs for all of a certain asset class, including including the crates. So anywhere those enemies appear, the crates just freak out like that. Was that a... Did I just get a... I got a random hybrid scroll that was just sitting on the ground somewhere. I don't know where the Holy Mage is. Should be somewhere around here, presumably, but... I don't know. I just don't know where to look. Was it... Another hybrid scroll? Those are only supposed to drop from... like bosses. Why are they down there? Pardon me. Oh, monster skeleton. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do we're gonna merge the Ice Mage into the Berserker, right? And then the Berserker will have Ice Dragon and... Invisibility makes it so that you don't take any damage. You know. Can't hurt what you can't see. Even with, like, fireballs and napalm. I will never tell you that frozen Mars has the goddess of harvest. Alright. Put this shit on. Oh no! It's an ice staff. Shit. She's not gonna do well with an ice staff and an ice robe. That's not gonna give her enough points. Fuck. Oh no, like invisibility. It's real simple. See, like I cast invisibility on her, and now she can't take any damage, except for, you know, like from floor traps or poison or getting frozen, those kind of things. But like lasers, napalm, giant halberds. That's invisibility. Actually, I used to play a lot of the game Warframe, and early on in its development, they had one of the characters you could play had an invisibility ability, and it was the weakest character, except they had invisibility. And it did the exact same thing. You were completely unkillable when you were invisible. You couldn't take damage at all from anything, and it was fantastic. That was a great period of time in that game's development. But yeah, one of the problems with getting the new characters too is that, like, once you get a new character, you have to go find them a new weapon, because, like, if you're maxing out the stats on individual weapons, you'll end up screwed, because you'll have a weapon that'll take like wait, I gotta do math. I'm not good at math. It'll take 160 elemental stones to swap the polarity. Hey, it's a candy cane staff, but it's not the candy cane staff. It's the wrong one. I want a cheap staff. No cheap staffs. I guess that iron staff is the cheapest they got. So, it's even worse. So yeah, if you want to, like, this one's ice. If you wanted to convert it to like, oh yeah, the antique level. Antique level. What could that possibly mean? She's fast. She's fast with that. That's fine. That's fine. Also, we've got these things now. Which doesn't have any sound effects, I guess. Or the sound effect is probably overridden by that. So the antique level. If I had to guess, I would call the antique level the temple ruins, maybe? We didn't explore this whole section, but I don't think that's it. That's like the weird, like, bug level. I wouldn't describe that as the antique level. Temple ruins was ancient. That's kind of like antique, right? Ancient, antique. Also, usually, so far, everything on the map has had some kind of... Yeah. Temple ruins, Dragon Temple. That's what I mean. So everything on the map has had some kind of indicator of its existence. So we haven't visited this village, and we haven't visited these two villages because those are where the mean guys are that possess you. So this could be a fountain because there's a fountain where you're supposed to get the witch. So if the witch fountain is the same fountain as the like freebie item fountain. Yeah, that's what I figured. The third shaman in that third village. So the priestess up here. I'm close. Whoops. So if we go like straight south from here, there might be a fountain in that area. Because the Beastman did mention that you had to bring the three items, the 3 gems to the fountain in order to get the priestess, to unlock the witch or whatever they call it. So we want to try to get to that fountain area. That's a good point. I'm going to start... Yeah, because we want to get to the places that we suspect, right? So I'm going to get... where is this fountain? Where is this thing? It should be here somewhere. Oh, is this a village? Are we at the village already? The Conjurer Village? Because if that's the Conjurer Village, then this whole map is offset, I think, by a bunch. So we have to go further north, I think. It's not very precise, that's for sure. These are... Okay, now we're way too far north. Damn it, we like walked by this once before, and now I don't know where to look for it. There's like an area in this jungle map that has the like has low stone walls, and it has like it has low stone walls, and it has like water features. But I don't know if it's like in that village or if it's somewhere around here. Like most of this map is open, so it makes it even harder. Let's look inside this village. If this is the Conjurer village, then we'll just clear it out and we'll be done. This little dude up here is cool. No, it's not here. There's no. This is not the place I'm thinking of. And also, there's no conjurer. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh man. The chuckles. Here's a well. I don't have an option to drink from it. Shit, I think this area is like this map. I'm looking for this thing, and I'm not finding it where I expect to. I didn't even see him. I don't care about the Conjurer. I don't care about the Priestess, really. I think that the Priestess's fountain might be the place that we need to go. I wish you could see the actual area map, like, clearer. It's like the last place it could be would be, like, over here, but this is... It's just side shit. Piles of crates. Yeah, so if that's a wash, then I guess we head back to the Dragon Temple area. See if it says antique. Which is like east and south. Oh, here's the thing. Here's the thing I was looking for. How did I miss this? Oh. What? Oh, it's the like put the gem here. Put the gem here slots. And these aren't interactive. Okay, so it's not this place. We'll do a save here. So you kind of have to okay, it's called Beast King, this area. You kind of have to balance all three. Like you have to balance speed, attack power, and the elemental stuff. basically for armor, you want one elemental type, or one point of elemental, and then for weapons, you want to max it out, and so maxing out the elemental will lower the attack value, which makes it harder to hit and makes it harder to proc the elemental effect. So you need to have high elemental and high attack power, and then you want to make sure that your total equipment speed is over 20. So usually the best way to do that is to make sure your weapon is speed neutral with a high attack power, and then that you want to have your armor be like speed plus. If you're using the invisibility strategy, your defense doesn't matter, so you can just do whatever and it lowers your defense and you don't care. And this is called Elven. That's not interactive, is it? There's like all this area down here that's just like nothing. It's just enemies. Just stuff to kill, I guess. But yeah, so you want to make sure your speed is, I think, 22 or higher, and your attack power is as high as it can get. And then you want to make sure you have a level 3 20-point elemental bonus. So that's, I think, 80? 80 elemental stones? Okay, this is called Ancient. I'm going to go with Ancient and Antique being equatable. And we're going to look in here for a fountain. If you're not using the invisibility method, then you just need to max out all of your attributes. It's kind of... It seems like there's a lot of variety in the balancing systems and like cool stuff you can do, but it really just comes down to spend more time getting more money to do everything. If you want to beat like the game, because the end bosses are just so ridiculous. This is a huge area. There's no indication of where anything is in here, so do we know like where on the map it's meant to be? This guy hasn't leveled up. Like, did he level up? Level 6. The Dark Mage leveled up once. Oh man. I hope it's not at the other side of this room, because AoE attacks don't affect crates. That's the number one lesson for ARPGs. Make your AoE attacks affect crates. I don't see any like fountain-like stuff in there. That's just like some ruins. Maybe you can drink out of the giant like insect thing at the end. Oh, look at this. Oh, look what we found. Look at it. All right, what are we going to save? We're going to save over this burial? Sure. Oh, you only get one try. Oh, what did I get? What did I get? I got the Bow of God's Wing. That's why you save scum this. Because you might not even get a useful item out of it when you get murdered. When you don't get murdered. Look at this. Oh man, it's so rare too. Alright, let's stand right here. Save it. That didn't even give me anything. Oh, Angel's Prayer, AP 96. Yeah, gambling. Gambling is you die most of the time. And then sometimes you get a probably not as good as the Skull staff. Because it has a 64 speed penalty. What's this glove? Look at this glove. The Berserker's gloves have no speed penalty. And they give defense. On top of that. The fucking Berserker is so good. They're so good. So much better than all the other classes. Like, yeah, like look at this. 96. No speed penalty. I mean, that'll still bring his speed down to an unacceptable level, but it's like Gauntlet of Blood. Look at that thing. So presumably you could have do a thing where, let's see. Let me see if this works, because I think the game is dumb enough to do this. Let's get any item from here. Okay, like this axe, right? We just got the Axe of Devil's Wing, right? So now we're gonna use a teleport scroll. We're gonna teleport back to town. Sell the Axe of Devil's Wing to the dude, and then we're gonna load our game in the other town, talk to the dude, and we can buy the weapon back. That's high tier duplicating stuff there. You go get the item that you only get one chance to get in the game, and most of the time the fountain kills you instead. And you get it, and you come back and you sell it and buy it on another group of characters entirely. That's like, this is violating causality. So you can like, and then once you get one, you can duplicate them endlessly at the shop. You just need money for that. What is this? Wood! What? Oh no, I'm sure it came from here. Look at this. I got wood for night. I've got wood. I don't have a knight though. Wood. Oh man, 146 too. That's a lot. That's a lot of wood. Yeah, so this is how the Russians are getting their crazy stuff. Ancient armor. That's one of the like crappy drops. I love that there's a chance that it'll just do nothing. Nothing at all. It kills you, gives you a regular item, gives you a crazy item, or gives you nothing at all. Yeah, Robe of Illusion, that's a regular item. We can buy that in the store even. But there's a whole tier of joke items that this can give you. And you only get one chance to do it ever in the entire game. And the only way you can get more than one of these items is by save scumming it and duping it. So I don't want to hear no shit from the Russians about being cowardly for duping items and stuff. Because if they've got like 3 candy cane staffs, not only did they save scum this stuff, but they also did like save game transfer duplicating stuff. Turtle shell. Fuck. Yeah, so the joke items are just have insane stats and they're like kind of funny stuff. Like this turtle shell. 200 defense points. Compared to like my reasonably buffed up Armor of Demon, which is 73. 200 defense. 500 defense on this guy. Like I could survive without an invincibility with this. So yeah, the candy cane staffs are like the candy cane staffs are the rare mage weapon drop. And I'm sure that there's like I want to see like one more of the funny drops before we leave this area. I'll probably wrap up the stream once we're done fucking with this fountain. Cause this is like 100% now. We got the Holy Mage, we got the only thing we didn't get is the Priestess, and we accidentally despawned at least one of the enemies. Yo-yo hammer for Axewoman. I don't know what a yo-yo hammer is. Is that I have to imagine this is like some specific kind of toy hammer. But now I want to see. There's no guide online that lists the like random crap, right? Marine vest. Yep, that's the joke item for the knight. And it has 40 less defense than the joke item for the fucking berserker. All of the berserker's items are better, like objectively better than the knight's. That's crazy. I'm also pretty sure all of the joke items don't have speed penalties. They're 100% neutral. They're 100% positive stats. So like you could get the turtle shell probably up to yeah, so let's see, wood 146. I think the yo-yo hammer was like 160. So 146, you could get that up to 209 plus 63 speed. Oh, the yo-yo hammer was 200? Like, oh man, that like the knight gets screwed with everything. Like every item for the knight is just worse. I'm not sure like why did they do that? Why did they like make the knight so bad? And like the berserker is just crazy. Like it's so overpowered. I mean, powered. This game has a different scale for that. Oh, come on, give us like candy cane. The characters double as difficulty levels. I mean, they kind of do. It's weird because like the Berserker's the only one that gets a lot of the good stuff. Like they get bonus defense, they get higher stat increases, they have higher defense increases than any other character. They get defense with their weapons. They get invisibility. They don't get heal, but heal is so bad after, like... Heal's only good really early on because it regulates your potion usage, and you can use 2 different types of potions that you find. So you don't have to buy them, but... No, I haven't seen the joke item for the Berserker. But I just got a bib for mages. A bib. Look at this. Oh, man. I'm going to make the Dark Mage wear it. It's all stained, too. It has a kind of worried looking face. I can't tell you how much I wish this game had a fucking like paper doll system right now, because I want to see this fucker wearing a bib. Oh man, I want to see the like. There's a surprisingly large amount of the regular items, but like they're weirdly balanced. Like the robe of Tao, or the robe of Tao costs way less than the better stuff. Yeah, this is a regular thing that's like probably the same level as the armor of Demon. I'm sure this is super interesting, just like spamming this fountain to find stupid junk. Armor of Insectoid. This is the like top level. This is a top level regular item because it has the speed penalty. It looks like it's got like faces in it. Maybe I'm just seeing stuff, but it looks like there's like screaming faces and like the souls of the damned in this armor. It's also possible that's what they meant for it, and then they were like, wait, maybe we have to sell this in China? Oh, no, wait, it's Taiwan, so maybe they don't have those kind of weird restrictions. I remember a couple of friends of mine who were they started working with Tencent, and they're like, yeah, we had to change a bunch of stuff about our game and remove any references to animated corpses. That's a regular item. Bow of Skull. Actually, you know what? I wonder if the pure joke items have a value set, or if they're just like free to duplicate. I kind of feel like the community around this game, at least especially like the people who are like, yeah, I love how difficult this game is and how it's like really punishing and how you have to plan ahead. From what I was hearing about the people in the forums like claiming that stuff, I wonder if they're all like saying that, and then they all just cheat like crazy. They're just like editing their saves and like, the saves that came with the game that have like the crazy equipment. They're probably just taking the items from there and duping them onto their own characters like early on. Just one proper joke item to test my theory. No, Axe of Angel's Wing is not what I want. Give me the joke stuff, Fountain, come on. And not the joke of this random fountain in like an out-of-the-way part of a level that you only visit once. That's a dead end. Not that joke. Not the joke of randomly stumbling across this fountain when you're playing the game normally and being like, oh, what's this? And like you forget to save and then it just kills you and you're like, well, I give up. It's weird. Like if I was playing this game, how far in is the fountain? So something dropped. Damn it. So this fountain, you start in this town by the castle down here. And so then it's, with normal play, I would say it's probably about 4 hours to get to the second town if you're rushing. And then getting enough power to beat the Dragon Guardian in front of this is probably another hour or two. So this fountain comes like, I'd say probably 8 hours into the game if you're playing legitimately. I absolutely did not play this legitimately. Oops, I loaded the wrong one. I absolutely did not play legitimately, and I probably got here in like an hour? I want to say about an hour. Maybe a little more, hour and a half. Because we did this before we did Beast King. Yeah, Gauntlet of Blood can't possibly be the joke item. It's not stupid enough. But yeah, when I ran this earlier today, it was most of the time was spent like duplicating items and doing money exploits to get money from selling upgraded stuff, and then like making one ridiculously powerful character early on, so that we could just blaze through the rest of the game in one sitting. I definitely wouldn't recommend trying to play this game in one sitting, because it has mechanics like this where like you get random items out of a fountain that kills you probably 70% of the time, a little more. And it has bosses that are just like these giant sponges. Damn it. I'm not going to see like any more proper joke items because I really want to test something with this. I want to mess around with it. Sword of Vampire. Hi, Underwater Rope Walker. We're messing around with the extra content in the Broken Land, because we beat the game. We beat the final true secret extra boss that disables the ending if you beat them. And so now there's a bunch of joke items you get out of this one fountain that's deep in a dungeon that you would never think to go to. and most of the time, the fountain just kills your character outright, irreversibly. And then, like, this is a regular item. So it drops an item some of the time. And then part of that drop list is a joke item, which is like a stick for the knight or a bib for mages to wear. I think it took about 7.5 hours in total from starting the stream, doing a little bit of kind of backstory and showing off a couple of the exploits, up to getting the good ending the first time around. Beating the extra boss took another like probably 30 to 45 minutes off stream in just doing exploits to get money, doing some upgrades to certain types of equipment, changing the character's equipment around to avoid his status effects and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd say if you exploit heavily, you can probably do it in like 7 hours if you know where everything is and you wanted to go through it quickly. A regular playthrough of the game without any exploits would take you much longer. I'd say dozens of hours. I don't know, Macaw, how much time did you spend on this game? Yes! Oh, here's one of the joke items. The super sling for archers. 146 attacked points. For the joke item. Alright, that's what I wanted. I wanted the joke item because I want to see what the value of this item is. Yes, I knew it. Ha! So the joke items only cost 1 gold to buy. So if you switch to a game where you're not exploiting the fountain and you're just playing normally and you're like, hey, I've got an archer. I want this sling. It only costs you 1 gold. So you can... Yeah, so... yeah, check this out, right? Sell the super sling. Start an archer. Oh, wrong guy, quick. No, the shop's gonna reset. Start an archer. Dead. Yeah, like that's it. Done. Boop. And then all you need to do is just dump some speed on this thing. Oh, you can't even hit all the time. Archer's gimped. But yeah, there you go. Like, so if you have the joke items, you can sell the joke items to the shop. Start with the joke items on. And then just blow through the game with anybody. I think we've hit peak exploit here. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's better. But this is the culmination of like all of the janky shit you can do in this. It's so good. He's got 171 at level 1 or level 2. This is great. And then all you need to do is like go to the other dude, and like as soon as you can afford it, buy aluminium, and buy it and then upgrade your just dupe it and then upgrade your armor or whatever to give you speed. Although, interesting thought, maybe we can see just how much. Okay, so we have 249. We put 1 steel on this thing and we sell it. So each piece of steel adds 800? Yeah, Dana Chrysalis. That's exactly it. Like if you started from that, you could just you could steamroll this game with any character. Your only like slow period would be early on before you get the speed up stuff. But yeah, you just gotta put in the time grinding ahead of time to like click on this fountain over and over and over again until you get the right joke items for the class that you want, and then like sell them and load them into the game that you're actually going to be playing. Because you can get cool stuff early on. Like this is a good robe. It's a really good robe for mages, but the joke robe is way better and doesn't have a cost. Like if I sold this to a store, it would be available, but it would cost like 50,000 gold. So you'd have to get that gold early on before you could take advantage of that. But the joke items costing 1, they're right there. You can just, yeah. I see why everyone in their games is using the joke items. They're the most powerful and they're available the earliest in the game. So, is there anything else anybody's interested in seeing in the Broken Land before I wrap things up here? Oh, I got... Oh, no, I got that from the fountain. I got a blood axe from the chest. Any requests? Do newcomers want to see the like 40-minute secret ultra true boss battle? Yeah, and then you like later on you just like you increase your equipment, so every time you hit a dude, like this giant poison nova comes out. This is crazy. I'll get right on that. I'll get back to you in like 6 months. No cheating, Jesus. With the knight too. The knight is so bad. Like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go to the main menu. It's the knight. He's got a cool lens flare though. He does have a cool lens flare. Does the knight start with less gold than the archer? Am I imagining things? Did I like find a way to dupe gold? No, the knight starts with less gold. He starts with less gold. Why? What the fuck? Like, hold on. What about the axe woman? She starts at 300 gold. She has like generally similar stuff. The berserker starts with way less gold. The berserker starts with like 100 less gold than the knight. So that makes up for the like giant discrepancy in stats and the like amount that no, it doesn't at all. the Berserker is just like the best, except for starting gold. Why did they make starting gold different? Like, why is the Knight so bad? All the Knight's equipment too is like has lower speed values than the other stuff. Like the Berserker's stuff gets defense also. The axes lose less speed than the super sling is still here. So, wait, where did I put this? Let me see here. Hey, Opa Kid. Yeah, the Broken Land. It's gotten two of us now. I hope we're not encouraging others to go the same way. So let me see if I can add this here. Yeah, we got the manual here. Let's put that in the right place. So we've got the manual that'll show us. It's gonna show us what the stats are for these guys. The Knight gets shafted on everything. Oh, he's tied for the lowest health. The Berserker has the highest. He's got the second lowest attack. They're all equal for defense, but the Archer supposedly gets insane defense gain. I think this is a typo, though. I don't think Macaw is going to do a run of this anytime soon. Yeah. This game is rough. This game is really rough. Especially if you want to play it legit. Like now that we've seen the extent of the exploits and stuff, it's just even playing the game with the Berserker with invisibility, it would be a huge slog to get through anything without extensively duplicating stuff. And then if you didn't play with the Berserker and you just duplicated stuff and save scummed and did you just did the shop scumming and the gold farming and all that stuff, you would end up having huge trouble with most of the boss fights because they just do so much damage over such a short period of time and they have so much health. One of the couple of the boss fights that we did during my run took, I think, probably upwards of 30 minutes. I wasn't exactly timing them because they're actually kind of stressful. You have to, with invisibility on, you have to keep an eye on your one character's vitality meter. And when you do that, you end up having to blow through probably 80 to 100 vitality potions for a single boss in some cases. And then that's with invisibility, which is one of the best abilities. It is the best ability in the game. So I do not fault Macaw for deciding that this is not the hill to die on for a legit run. Because this is rough. If anyone else I don't think so. I think that they made the end game hard because they just didn't have enough time to balance it and make it fun. And probably part of it was to kind of extend the perceived value. Like, there's a lot to be said, I think, for making a game ramp up in difficulty, or making a game difficult in general, so that the people who play it don't feel cheated because they finished it very quickly. And I think we see that in this game, that like there's a very small community of people who are praising the difficulty and praising even the bugs in the game. They're like, yeah, I like how it's like, I like how it's you know, you have to fight, you can't run away because the enemies will despawn and it'll break the game and you can't continue. People are saying they like that, apparently. But yeah, it's, you know, if it was the difficulty of like Diablo 3, it would be a 6-hour game or less. You know, it'd be a 5-hour game first playthrough. And I think that at the time, like, games, people were expecting a lot more from games, and they would have, you know, trashed it because that was the one game they would have bought that month or that, you know, that quarter. So, yeah, it's really, it's unique. It shouldn't be as hard as it is, and like, if you look at the video for the actual run, a lot of the difficulty is just in the amount of time you have to spend to get better, to get to a point where you can beat a boss. So like, if you use the berserker and you don't use the duplication tricks and the like money laundering tricks and stuff like that, you would end up having to like clear out entire areas before you approach the boss fight for the ice mage. And then once you do, you'll probably be level 6 by that point, so you can just you can just go invisible, fight those guys, and you'll have a moderate time of it. And then you need to clear out every single enemy in every subsequent area, because you're not going to be getting enough gold and enough resources to kit out your 1 or 2 characters that you're going to have at that point. So without doing all the duplication stuff, you know, it's like a 40-hour game, because yeah. Yeah, like you'd have to clear out the entire jungle area, not fight Beast King, and then I guess go to the dragon with fire resist, maybe, and then like clear out that temple, and then I think the temple has infinite spawning enemies, and I guess when people do regular playthroughs, they just go to the temple and grind there until their characters are like all level 10 or 15, and then they move on with the game. And so that's hours and hours and hours of just clicking on the same enemies. But yeah, it's definitely broken in ways that make it like, it's so weird. Like, even after finishing it, I was thinking like how could you approach a regular game of this? How could you play through it without using the like exploits and the brokenness of the game against it? And it's just like there's some ways you could like do it, but it wouldn't be fun and it would just be so time consuming. Yeah, like the oh. I wonder if you know what? You know what? I think the possessor or whatever is still alive. Does this still have dark? No, it's ice. Shit. I wonder if dark element makes you immune to the possession, right? Yeah, because then it would be a cakewalk. They'd have no attack. But you'd need how many more of these? Awesome. I was gonna say you'd need 8 holy stones to make your whole party immune. There we go. There's a thing we can test. We could do this. Also, every time you do this cycle where you switch the affinity of your armor, they lose magic defense. Which would be a problem if we cared at all about defense. Because then we'd have to use fucking prayer stones or whatever to get the magic defense back up. Put a level 1 elemental armor in a weapon. Would it give you a level 1 elemental attack on a weapon? And the other way around. So you mean if you merge 2 items, like if I were to take the wizard's stuff here and like merge like that, it's gonna take it's gonna take the delta of the stones that were put in the weapon and the elemental stones that were put in the armor. So like in this case, they're both dark. It's going to end up, it's maxed out. So you'll end up with armor that's maxed out in dark because the staff is maxed out in dark and the armor is level 1, like the lowest 1 point in dark. So like, when you merge 2 items, it just takes all of the stones you've applied to the bottom item and applies those stones to the upper item. In the case of elemental stones specifically, it gets a little more complicated because say you have 1 point in fire and you put a holy stone on, it's just going to take the weapon back to neutral. Then you have to spend an additional stone to get it to 1 point in the new element. And so you can use any element. Like you can stockpile elements that you don't plan on using and use those to nullify effects. But then you need to have enough of the stones to get it up to a reasonable level. So on like a weapon, I think it's 80 stones. You want to have 80 stones before you start investing in a weapon. Because each elemental stone then lowers the total attack value of the weapon. So if you spend 80 stones getting an element to the maximum, you're going to have negative 63 attack power. But if you, during that time, like if you go up to like the second level and then you increase the attack power more, you're going to actually end up with a larger total deficit over time. Because you're going to, when you add your third level in, which is another 20 points, you're gonna lose 20 points of the attack power you added. But it caps the negatives at negative 63 as well. So you can. Am I going the right way? I think the guy's up here, right? Or is this just like some woods, some like random woods? I think this is random woods. All right, let's try to find this. Let's try to find this puppeteer. Oh, there's like some trees in the middle of this village. They walled in the trees. Okay, we've got dark armor on. He can't do anything! Oh, he's dead! Look at that! Oh, he can't do anything! He can't do the thing! Oh, let's go get the witch. Did we get the stone? We got the stone of puppet. Oh, if I can avoid despawning these bosses, we're gonna get the priestess too. What? Oh, like fucking clicked on the wrong thing. Oh man, that makes it so much easier. If we hadn't decided to fight the optional boss, King, and failed miserably, like we wouldn't even know. This wouldn't be a thing that we could think about doing. Yo, what's up, witch? I'm coming for you. Oh shit! Do you know where the witch spawns? I don't want to despawn her. It's like to the west, right? I think it's to the west. Oh, don't despawn the witch. Oh, there's like here's the huts. There's the huts and the stone. There's the witch. Oh, she just got murdered. She didn't even have time to do anything. Oh, that's rough. I don't know why I'm even opening these chests. It's like crap. Yeah, the big explosions are like level 3 plus 20 points. So it's so it's level 3 plus 20 points to get the big explosion. You only get like a 3-pronged shockwave when you do just level 3 and 0 points. Opa Kid, you mean there's an extra boss after the end of the game, kind of. Like there's a place you interact with a pedestal, and it ends the game and gives you the FMV finish. And then if you go past that, if you go to the north of that, there's another boss that's like this guy in a scorpion robe, or like he's a scorpion guy in a robe, and you fight him for a while, and he turns into a giant scorpion that like it actually wasn't that hard of a boss fight. It was just really time consuming because he teleports a lot, and you can't cheese his teleportation like you can Devil Girl. Devil Girl, if you stop moving, Devil Girl will just stop teleporting. Oh, fuck, I need to be careful. I don't want to despawn this guy. I think he's down here, maybe? Alright. I'm trying to... I think enemies might give you this, like, same experience regardless of what level they are. Oh, there's the... There, right there. You're just, like, hiding off on the side, hoping I don't notice you. Alright, we got 3 gems. Look at this. Yeah, I got her. I got her. Thanks, Macaw. Oh, fuck, we got it. We're gonna get the last party member that we haven't seen. And like we don't see this on any of the Russian media or anything. This is gonna be like entirely new. So let's actually save this. Now that we know where this ancient thing is, I'm gonna save over it because we can easily get back there. Now, do I need to? Oh, hey, we lost the holy mage, so that's fine. Look at that! It is the priestess. Break the Millennium Seal bestowed upon me, and I'll help you complete the mission. No one, something or other. What? And she starts out slow as hell. Does she have an element? She has the holy elements. Which means that's gonna slow her down. Speed plus 20. And it takes her to speed -8. Because it's the wrong type. I assume for this too, right? -61. Oh, how slow is she? Look at this. Slug priestess. But later on, if you level her up a lot, she gets weird abilities. She gets really weird abilities. Yeah, so that's the priestess. Holy element. That means you could have 2 holy characters, I guess. I don't know if... Oh, maybe that's why the knight is so... No, he's just general. He doesn't have an element. I thought maybe he had holy element or something. Oh, they're all general. Well, in case anyone missed it, if they're just joining the stream, I'll do the... I can't guarantee I will actually have the fortitude to kill him, but I will show off the secret boss. Yeah, she's wearing like a shower curtain. So normally you would fight your way through, or just if you're me, you would just run through this giant pile of holy knights here. And you would run up to this pedestal, you click on the pedestal, you get the end of the game. Normal stuff. But if you keep going past that, there's like these rows of statues and stuff. And then there's this one off by itself with this guy on it. And then you get close, and he thinks something is hilarious. And normally this like giant like ice storm attack would be freezing your party really badly. But wait, what? What? I got it. I fucked up the AI again. I might as well show off his second form in this case. So normally he teleports around a lot, and he's a pain in the ass to fight because you can only get damage in on him like occasionally. Bear in mind, this is the boss that the Russian enthusiasts claimed was like way too hard, and you needed like a full party of level 20 characters to beat this guy. And yet, here we are. I think the Dark Mage is level 5. I don't know what level the... Let's have a look. level 4, level 5, level 8. And you just pound on him for a while. Oh, and this is basically how the Devil Girl boss fight went too. Because once the AI bugs out and stops teleporting, you just do nothing. If you touch your controls, like if you try to actually attack, like they'll start teleporting again. So you just sit back, let the AI do all the work. We'll also get to see, this is great because we'll also get to see the lack of ending when you click on the pedestal after beating this boss. What was that? That laugh. I think that's just the that's the hit stun sound effect. Oh man, we're doing this again. How long do you reckon it's going to take for this to get to the second form? I really want to show off the second form because it's neat. Also, if anyone does decide to play this game and goes the invisibility route, getting plus vitality on your berserker early on is super, super handy. It makes the game way, way less, stressful in terms of managing vitality. So I think your total vitality points, I think you regenerate a percentage. And so having more vitality points makes you regenerate more, it's net positive regeneration with just the berserker invisible. But this is the drain when it's got 4 party members to keep invisible. This is taking a long time. I feel like it took less time when it was teleporting around. I actually, believe it or not, I actually haven't finished Baldur's Gate. There's a lot of classic RPGs I somehow never got around to finishing. Before I started streaming on Twitch with any regularity, I actually played through the first 4 games, the first 3 games, and the Forgotten Realms Gold Box series. That was a lot of fun. But then I got to the later games and the high level stuff. High level D&D just doesn't translate well into CRPGs, I think. So come on, I just want to see. You know what? It's not getting poisoned either. I think there's I'm gonna switch this over to. I'm going to switch control over to this character. And yeah, because I don't think there was that it was taking damage. This is how the fight normally goes. It's like this dude just teleporting around all over the place. Weird that it's not taking poison damage though. Yeah, there's some poison. I think the poison was doing more damage than anything. I find it really strange too that like this boss is just like up here, kind of out of the way. No, this took so long before. Can I take it back? Can I switch to the Ice Mage again? Oh, I know what's wrong. I know exactly what's wrong. That's why we weren't doing all the damage we should have been. I messed it up. I messed it up. Also, you should be using that, motherfucker. Oh, there's the... Oops. So I had the invisibility skill set on for the berserker, so the berserker wasn't properly attacking when they were all beating on a guy. So if you set a skill on, they won't do melee attacks. Yeah, so this is the like final ultimate boss. And once it gets to this stage, it's actually way easier to fight because it doesn't teleport. So this is what we fight. This is what we get. It's like weird crustacean too, because the legs are so thick and the body's so small. It's like it's not even fully scorpion. It's like, yeah, it's just that. Yeah, I love the monster design and the art and everything. I actually looked up, I was looking up earlier if the team for this game, the art team specifically for this game, had worked on anything else, if they'd worked on any other projects, and like, nothing remotely this interesting. One of the artists went on to like make items for some game and then did like some like environment design for Call of Duty 3 or something. Which, I mean, good for him. It's, you know, I'm sure that's a well-regarded gig. But I want to see this shit in Call of Duty 3. Yeah, the programming and design team seemingly came out of nowhere and went back into nowhere. I don't know how complete Moby Games. I don't know how complete Moby Games like catalog of weird turn of the century Chinese or Taiwanese games is. So maybe, you know, maybe there was more that they did. The best part is when this guy dies. It's so great. Yeah, secret final ultimate boss of the Broken Land. Secret optional super boss. Need more adjectives to describe this fight. Yeah, I'm sure there are. Like, I'm sure there's thousands of like small release US games even that aren't on Moby Games that are just like out there on a diskette somewhere. That like they made like 1,000 copies or something. And like one of the copies sat in a Radio Shack for like 10 years until they're like, we don't carry diskette games anymore. So many untold stories out there in games. I caught your stream of Thor's hammer. I don't know if that's American or not, but that was great. First person melee. Great. One part about this fight that's actually really good is that it makes it really easy for me to keep up with chat. Like, if I was playing like a bullet hell or something like that, I'd be dying all the time because I'm ass at bullet hells, but, oh, hey, you know, I realized something. You could be doing more damage to this guy. Oh. And so could you. Forgot I like set skills on these dudes and like forgot about it. That's better. No wonder this was taking so long. I was being a dummy. I forgot how to play this game in the like hour or whatever between attempts at this fight. I'm doing like top level content and I got half my guys just idling. There we go, that's better. This guy's gonna die. Real quick, man. So many explosions. Yep, any minute now. Depending on how you set it up, VMs can be super easy to use. Like, you do need virtual threading on your CPU to make it more easy to use. If you're crossing like a bit barrier, so like if you're running 64-bit Windows and you want to run a 32-bit version of Windows XP, for example, you would need to have V-threading enabled on your CPU. But then once you get it set up, it's just a matter of like get the Windows XP volume license disk. I think Microsoft's actually released it for free now. Hey, Sky is Teal, you're just in time to see the final form of the... Oh, I killed it! It's done! Just in time, the true final last secret optional boss is dead. And nothing happens. He doesn't drop anything. You don't get anything in your inventory. It's just that's it. He melts. He literally melts and he's gone. He does exist and he's dead. And then if my theory is correct, and it wasn't like me just hitting like input buffering or something, clicking on this will now skip the ending. We'll see. No ending. If you beat the secret boss, there's no ending. It just goes straight back to the title. That cracks me up so much that like there's a secret optional boss and by beating him you get no ending. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, the ending despawns. Oh. Yeah, actually, yeah, we've seen the bad ending from the stream from the Russian YouTube guy. Yeah, his first phase, which like I can show you his first phase because I think you missed that. But his first phase teleports a lot, so you have to chase him around. But yeah, it only take like 2 seconds. Yeah, so the normal ending of the game, normally the way you would end this game is you would just go through these nights and click on that pedestal and you'd get an ending. All these nights. I didn't click on the bow. I always do that. I forget to click on the bow. The, like, first part. Okay. And then the important thing is I want to turn off the invisibility skill because it's already activated. Oh, look at that. They all despawned. Now you're cooking with gas. Just get rid of all the enemies by despawning them. Yeah, so past the little pedestal where you end the game, there's this statue of this dude. Yeah, just click, get the CGI, game ending. Oh, hey, I ran out of stuff with you. But he teleports around. He casts this like ice storm spell. Why are they all just standing? Oh, I gotta click on him first. He's gotta show up. click on him. And then do nothing. Yeah, setting up the like AI fake out. If you can get him to so it worked once, and I don't know how I got it to work. But it looks like oh no, he teleports. He's way more finicky than Devil Girl. Oh, click the ending during the boss fight. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, we healed the land. It's just over. But yeah, like. If you kill the optional secret boss, you don't even get this CGI. You don't get an ending. Like, I kind of think... Yeah, like, was there a third ending? Like, an even better ending where, like... Frozen Dead Undead Mars... gives you like a victory speech or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's that's it. Like, if you get a chance to check the VOD, that I think we hit everything. Yeah, it's also possible, like, the disc I have is, I think, a little bit more broken than other discs. So, like, it might not be as reliable as the one that Macaw has. So I'd be interested to see if it behaves the same with Macaw's setup, but obviously, like, I don't want to subject him to a like 30-minute boss fight just to test one thing, and like probably have to send my save over or something. But yeah, it's we got in this session we got the Priestess from getting all 3 of the jewels. We found out that you can avoid possession by having dark enchanted armor, which is fantastic. That would have been really useful to know much earlier. We got the Holy Mage. We killed the giant devil king guy who wasn't actually a king, but he was on the throne. We found the secret fountain in the antique level, which is the dragon temple, and used that a bunch, abused it a bunch. We found out that you can get a joke item from the secret fountain, teleport back to town. We found the fountain. You can get a joke item from the secret fountain, teleport back to town and sell the joke item, and buy it on another save for 1 gold. So you can start the game with a like 146 AP weapon right from the start for 1 gold. And it just breaks it even more when you start doing that. Like we were messing around with the archer, and like starting the archer with 150, 160 something. Yeah, except you can never really stomp the game because the bosses have so much HP. So even when you do that, you get to the bosses and you're like, well, I'm like 15% more powerful, so it'll take 25 minutes instead of 30 to just sit here and wail on this boss. like the actual interface is too clunky, I think, for getting characters to use their skills or like micromanage any of that stuff. So you end up just resorting to your auto attacks a lot, or at least that's how I play it. Maybe it could be done faster with other stuff, but like, I don't know. This game's like a spiral, a downward spiral of like, but what if you did this? Then maybe you could like finish it legit. And then you're like, no, but no, it's just too much work. It's so difficult. And then like knowing that the exploits are there, you don't even want to bother, because it's like, okay, well, like, what if you don't quit out and relaunch it to get the shops to restock different stuff? Well, then you could just wait. Like, that's legit, just waiting for the shops to restock every 5 minutes. Or you could, like, don't dupe the items, like, don't dupe the stones. And then it's like, well, okay, then you just need to wait for the shops for 5 minutes. And then if they have the right stones, buy the stones. And then, like, just keep doing that. And so you're just adding idle time to the game, basically. And then, like, so you cut down the idle time by doing the duping and by doing the other stuff. And then it's like, well, what if you don't save scum on stuff? And it's like, well, you're not going to use the fountain then. And, like, so that part of the game is off. And, like, a lot of the other, like, just, it's so divisive. But yeah, it's interesting. It's fun to play around with. I really enjoyed finding the exploits and figuring out the the Russian. I feel like the Russians like got a little bit into the exploits and then just focused on that stuff, and they're like, this is the stuff you have to do to win the game, is like do this exploit. And they like totally missed the like status immunity stuff from the elemental armor. Oh no! If they're limiting your game time and you're like but mom, I have a new idea. And you're like at school or something, and you're like writing in your notebook like like arcane notes, like, does elemental armor prevent possession? And like you have a chart like in those murder mysteries where it's like so the beast man said that if I collect the jewels, the witch will appear. And it's like, which fountain? ? Fountain kills you when you click on it. Oh, because the beast man tells you that you have to put the jewels in the fountain. So what if you got the jewels first, and then you end up in the ancient ruin with the with the killer fountain? Oh man, thanks for coming along for the ride, Sky Steel. Your guide and research stuff was invaluable for the run I did. For sure. Like I could not have done that without like being guided where I'm supposed to go to get like to fight the king and get the thing. I know, right? Like, oh man. This is fun though. I had a lot of fun. Figuring out the exploits and just diving into the mechanics of it. It was like, it reminded me this actually reminded me, because there's so little information online, it kind of reminded me of what it was like to try to figure out games back before you had full guides available online that just like walked you through everything and gave you a like breakdown of all of the stats of all of the gear and which one to do, and use like 80 of these elemental stones, and then use 63 of these stones, and that kind of stuff, where it's like, here's a guide exactly how to do it. It was just like So some Russians think maybe you should do this, or like they used ice to kill this guy. So that was, yeah, definitely a lot of fun. So well, it's almost 4 here, so I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Yeah, Taiwanese version. It's like, watch, it's like totally fixed, totally different. None of the bugs, none of the jank is there. It's true. That's definitely true. Like, I think a lot of yeah, you're welcome, Opa Kid. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm gonna see if there's anyone actually playing stuff right now. Anyone I can host. I couldn't read the dialogue. No one I know is online. Any suggestions? Anyone here planning on streaming anything? Got anything or any suggestions to host? Oh, I know what I'm hosting if nobody has any suggestions. It looks like something Korean? I'm not sure, because I can't actually read any Asian languages, unfortunately. But that's what I'm going to do, is just host that. If I can figure out how. Oh man, I'm so bad at twitching. One of these buttons. This looks like a Monster Hunter game. It might be Monster Hunter Online, which is weird for it to be in retro. Oh, all right, time for me to get to bed. I will think of something interesting to play and try to break, but it'll probably be a few days before I actually come up with anything. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will hope to see all you soon. Have a good day or night or whatever. Catch you later.